Paratriathlon, a sport where athletes sequentially compete in 3 disciplines: swim, bike, and run. The type and level of disability is classified into 3 classes. Athletes who have disability in both legs are categorized as PTWC. PTS is for athletes whose arm or leg have been amputated or paralyzed. And visually impaired athletes are categorized as PTVI. The PTVI athlete has an escort called a guide, and they aim for the finish line together. The paratriathletes are supported by various people. There are swim exit assistants whose role is to support the move when the athletes come out from the water to the pre-transition area. And handlers support the preparation processes in the transition area, such as removing wetsuits and getting in and out of the wheelchair. Such processes are added on to the race time, which affects the results, so handlers play an important role. Athletes with disabilities and those who support them work together to reach for the finish. Paratriathlon is a sport that leads the society in pursuit of diversity and inclusion. A guide who supports the athlete. The guide is an escort for PTVI athlete. A single guide accompanies the athlete for the entire race. During the race, the guide communicates course information, etc. to the athlete, and through words of encouragement, helps the athlete to bring out his or her inner strength. Hideko Kikuchi has been a triathlete for 20 years. Her wealth of experience has brought Hideko to the Tokyo 2020 Paralympic Games as a guide.
一人でやるときより頭を使う方が多いかもしれないですね。傾斜もちょっと変わったりしたら伝えたりとか、あと1キロぐらいで折り返しが来るよとかっていうのを伝えながら、やはり基本はその選手が 100% 出し切れるようにガイドはいなきゃいけないなって思っているので、この人とやればこう自分の力以上のことを発揮できるって思ってもらえるようにと思ってやっておりました。
A guide rope called tether links the two together during the swim. Depending on the athlete's preference, the tethers are either tied at the thighs or the ankles. There will be a penalty if the guide tries to pull ahead of the athlete or if their heads are 1.5 meters apart. Supporting the athletes while they are changing gear in the transition area is also part of their role. In PTVI, a tandem bicycle is used for the bike segment. The guide takes the front to manipulate the handles and brakes, providing information such as bumpy ground or the distance to the corner. Synchronizing the pedals is very important when they are speeding up. It is difficult to speed up if the rhythm is different from each other.
2人で同じ出力をペダルに加えないとうまく伝えられないので、その力を加える局面だったりをなるべく一緒にするようにしたりとか、 カーブするときは一旦足をこうペダルを止めるんですけど、立ち上がるときにこう踏み出す瞬間っていうのは「はい」の一言で踏み出すとか、約束事を2人の間で決めてやってます。
A tether is used again during the run segment. A fall could be caused even with a slight uneven road level, so the guide provides detailed course information to the athlete while running. Encouraging them is most important to help the athlete give everything in the last part of the race.
やっぱり選手の耳に入れる情報は常にこう前向きな言葉というか、ちょっとでも前進できるような言葉を心がけて、選手が最後本当に出し切れるように声掛けをするようにして、その日のベストを尽くせるように声掛けをしてました。
The guide is playing a role of athletes' eyes while pulling out their strength towards the finish line. It's an incredible feeling to cross the finish line together.
失敗も2人で分かち合えるし、喜びも2人で分かち合えるので、そこは1人では味わえないところかなと思います。私たちはガイドがいないとできないから、本当にありがたいと思ってるよみたいな感じでは言ってもらって、挑戦してよかったなって思いました。はい。
There are people who challenge their own limits. And there are people who support them. Paratriathlon has already started the path toward the realization of an inclusive society.
トライアスロンは、健常者が行うトライアスロンと、障害を負った方が行うパラトライアスロンと同じ競技団体で運営されているので、自然にお互い行き来できるといいますか、オリンピックを目指し終えた選手がそういったガイドっていうところにも携われるし、ガイドだけでなくてハンドラーって呼ばれるものだったりとか、スタッフとしてだったりとかっていう関われる機会がすごく多いので、健常者もパラトライアスロンの方の気持ちだったりとか、価値観だったりとか、いろんなものを身近で見れるっていう強みもありますし、本当にその多様性っていうものを身近で感じて携わっていくことができるような競技団体だと思うので、そこがトライアスロン素晴らしいスポーツだと思います。